I'm live. Oh, hello everybody. Okay, now I see it and I can hear myself as well. So hopefully everything goes okay. Now, a few caveats for this live stream. It might get interesting because my two cats have decided that tonight they are going to fight. And they are going to fight in the background on who gets to get inside some boxes, because we are selling some things on Marktplaats and we've prepared the boxes. And one of them is inside the box and the other one is outside of the box attacking the other. So apologize in advance if you hear very strange noises. It's just the two cats are just having fun. Okay? I am hoping that everybody is hearing me okay, and that like, if you don't hear me, say something in the chat, please. But I'm hoping that everything is okay, and then we can get started. So, now, for today's live stream, is gonna continue with Inktober. And we have the next 3 days. And the first one of those 3 days, I believe it's radio, or I'm not sure about the order, but I'm gonna start with radio because this is the one that I really enjoy the most. You can hear the cat right now. But first things first, what I'm going to show you is on the previous ones what the sketches look like. And while I'm going to do this one, I'm going to show you what the real sketches look like and how many changes they did happen. And I'm hoping I don't disturb my internet, right? But this is basically what I was doing here. This was the fish and the potion, and this is how the sketch looked like. And I was trying to figure out whether I should actually do lines. So whether I should do some lines on the flower or not, but I decided against it because, well, we're gonna do watercolor. And this is the second one. This one is not the one that got changed a lot, because it kind of looks the same as the previous one. The only difference is that these flowers got a bit around the potion, which is really nice, because all of them were looking like face forward, and that wasn't a very good composition. Okay, now the last one, the other one from the last video, you can see here how I kind of decided on the eyes, and how initially the potion, the full potion, was on the entirety of this part, right? And then I was kind of making notes what I would like to draw around, and you can see some pumpkins are missing, and then you can kind of see how the eyes should have looked like if I would have colored them in, right? What I decided then is to draw this line and to say I'm going to cut this one, because from a composition point of view it looks much better. Yeah. The same way with the radio, which is the next one. My idea was I'm going to have a really nice radio, and it's going to be looking very interesting. It's going to be powered by lemons. Okay. And it's going to be powered by a kind of a lemon potion here in the apple part. But I realized that from a composition point of view, this whole radio thing looks strange, at least to me. And I decided that from a composition point of view, I would rather cut this part and cut also this part, right? And make it a little bit different. This one looks also nice and okay, but I thought that this was too big of a space here to not cover it with something. So anyway, this is the radio. So we're gonna go into inking, and then you're gonna see what I added. You might not see exactly how it looks like right now, because well, the pencil lines are pretty dim, but I'm going to go with a very soft eraser to just take out the sharpness. So then I can go with the ink, and I'm gonna start with the lower one, which is a 03 micron pen. And if I need to make something bigger or thicker, I'm gonna use a 0.5. The smallest ones are 0.05 and 0.1, yeah? And I'm using these ones because I am planning to watercolor this, probably in other live streams for next month. And I'm going to color them in, and I just need something that is waterproof. And this is, yeah, this is the cheapest one that I'm buying right now. Okay, so let's start. 4 people watching on. Woohoo! That's awesome. Thank you, the 4th person that I know that is not my family. So awesome. Where should I start? So I'll start with the potion here from the radio and the radio itself. So I was trying to be better drawing straight lines because I usually am not very good at drawing straight lines. So I'm gonna draw lines like taking my hand towards me. So this is how it's gonna look like. I'm not gonna make the same mistake as yesterday where I put actually a black line here on the previous one that was cut, and it looked so weird. I was like, oh no, I'm just gonna cover it with the passepartout and that's going to be fine. It's not gonna be perfect. It's gonna be sometimes looking wonky, but that's okay, right? We're learning here. So let me see the down part. I am sometimes not always looking at the chat, so if somebody talks, I might not do it. But what did I want to talk about today? I actually wanted to talk about doing art for let's say for your mental health, or why am I still doing it, and what am I doing sometimes, and why I think it's very important. So a lot of times in the last 2 years, let's say there was quite some challenges, and every time I was going to the doctors and thinking, how can I get out? How can I get happy again? Basically, it was always like, do something that makes you happy, and I just didn't know what to do to make me happy because I didn't know what makes me happy. I've forgotten how art makes me happy. But then what happened is another doctor told me that it's not about making me happy, but what will speed up my recovery will be if I make something with my hands. So if I get back into crafting or art, because that is something that will make me not think about things, if that makes any sense. Because you do something with your hands, and then parts of your brain will think differently and will behave differently. So I started slowly to get back into things, although for more than a year maybe I wasn't doing anything, which is unfortunate, but you know, like sometimes you have to just take the time. And it actually helped. It actually helped because I sometimes was sitting maybe 12 hours just doing something, just doing some watercolor. And it's very interesting how time just flies. So although maybe it doesn't help immediately, I think over time, in a year's time, it really helped me. So I realized that this is something that I want to continue with and I want to do. And that coupled with me missing showing also what I'm doing to other people and getting feedback, because I like to get feedback, and I sometimes only get feedback from my husband, and although he's an artist and he's very good at giving feedback, I also like to show other people what I do and try to see if I'm improving. So I don't have big goals on this, just my goal is to always improve and still have fun doing it. So this was a little bit of an interlude. And another thing that I learned while doing the, let's say, manual work and the therapy was sometimes it is very beneficial to just do nothing, right? Sometimes it's beneficial to just not have an activity, just sit and for half an hour watch out the window, or just not think about stuff. And I kind of used to do this by just listening to the radio. So when this theme came, I was really happy, because I'm always thinking, what fancy radios could you have? I mean, I usually just listen to the radios on YouTube, like those live stream radio things, like lo-fi chill hope stuff. But I'm thinking, like, what if there was a different world and there was no YouTube, and then you had to actually listen to the radio, and how would they power those radios? And that was such a fun idea. So that's why now, you see, I already made a mistake here, but it doesn't matter. Hey, we're learning. Just would be so funny if we had more interesting things in our lives than just the corona and stuff. And I think this one also makes me dream and makes me think, what could I do? So to make these ones more interesting, the lemons, you have to make them at an angle, and I kind of struggled. Initially they were very flat and I kind of struggled. So one tip is always look up references, because that helps. In my mind everything is super flat. I don't know why. My mind works in mysterious ways. I'm also hoping that today's stream, it's not going to be too long. It's gonna be also something interesting. I did see, I didn't yet dare to post anything on Instagram. I didn't yet dare to post this drawing on Instagram and to hashtag them with Inktober, because I sometimes feel like, wow, these people that are posting there, they're so good what they do. Sometimes I feel like I cannot compete, but then I'm realizing that I'm not doing this one actually to compete. I'm actually doing this one to learn myself, and that those people that are posting really amazing artwork now on Inktober, they probably have years and years of training and experience. And yeah, that's why maybe I cannot compete right now. So probably somewhere tomorrow I'll start posting also on Instagram, just for the sake of having a record of what I've done. If you wanna also follow me on Instagram, that would be cool. The reason why I made this this part is I'm thinking it's behind this potion glass, and probably the thing gets distorted, but the angle is not very good. Doesn't matter, we'll fix it somehow. Let's try to do some other things. Okay. Trying to do some designs. Now, the extra element that I added here is kind of a lemon tree. I used to have lemon trees when I used to live back home, and it was really fun because it always was giving lemons even during the winter time. And I used to use it as a Christmas tree, because I used to decorate the lemon tree, because we didn't have money to buy a Christmas tree on a lot of the years, which can happen, right? Not everybody has that let's say privilege to have one. But I had a lemon tree which was giving me lemons, and which could be decorated as a Christmas tree. So I'm really missing that one. Of course, now it's no longer alive, because that was about 10 years ago. But I really enjoyed that part. So these buttons, I'm not sure if I'm going to thicken the lines a bit later on. Sometimes maybe I'm overthinking too much, but I think I should also think of how different radios would look like. Okay, so one of the things that I did a mistake when I was drawing was making this lemon tree curved here up, which actually shouldn't have happened, because actually the way you're looking at it from a perspective, this one is pretty flat and you only see the roots here. So I had to change that one, but it really helps to get the perspective and to look at it like a few days later. It's amazing how that changes. Okay, small little mistakes, but that's all okay. It still looks awesome, right? Now these are the roots, and we're gonna continue to build on them. To be truth, I didn't study roots very well. And now here comes the difficult part. Like, what is the... Oh, you can see here my cat decided, okay, she's had enough of fighting. She's the female cat. And the decision is, how am I going to make the direction of the leaves? That's maybe important, but in the end I'm just gonna go for it and we'll see how that goes. This lemon tree also has some lemons, and it's a bit weird that they grow in a different angle than just down, you know, but in the end we're just going to have to live with it. I always say that anything that you draw will always look a bit weird when it's just line art, but it gets so much better when actually it's no longer line art but with color. So I cannot wait to color these ones in. I need to be very slow here because I keep making strange mistakes. So I'm trying to not make too many. My first time drawing a lemon tree, so at least that counts for something. Yeah, don't pin me on it. And I'm not an expert, let's put it this way. Definitely not the expert, but that's okay. In time I will know how to draw a lemon tree. What's the worst thing that can happen? Nobody watches these ones, and then nothing worse happens because I'm just going to be the one improving constantly, right? So I wish I would have spent more time actually looking at lemon trees before making this. Oh, this one got better. This is kind of what I remember from my own memory. So, how is everybody? Hopefully everybody is okay. Now, I'm still happy that a lot of people are doing Inktober this year and that it didn't die out, because I was really looking forward in this day and age where everybody's alone at home and so on. I really needed to feel that sense of community from somewhere. So yeah, really make me happy. Otherwise, I might not get much interaction with anybody other than family, very close family. Did you know that on a lemon tree they have these thorns, which I didn't actually draw here, but I remember when I had to decorate the lemon tree for the Christmas. Yes, I used to do that a lot. I always was getting a little bit stung by this. They have very big thorns, which is interesting, because why would you need even thorns to protect the lemon fruit? I mean, who and what animal would be crazy not to eat lemon fruits other than humans, to be honest? So it looks like the lemon tree just got a very weird protection mechanism that I'm not sure it's actually needed. Very funny when you think about it, like, why would lemon tree need things? These branches are very weird because they don't start in any rhyme and shape. They don't start very well. But okay, we're too far gone to back down now. We need to continue, and we need to just make this work. Okay. I'm just curious nowadays, what is everybody doing as a hobby when they're at home? What do they spend their time on? Okay, this looks nice. This is like a real lemon tree, except for that lemon which grows upwards for some reason. I never saw a lemon grow like that, but okay. It's just gonna assume that it's a special lemon, right? Just gonna add some texture here. Just and of course I'm not doing these spots in the correct parts, probably because I haven't decided where the light will come, but just gonna assume this is a nice texture. Yeah. And let's see, for some of these leaves I'm going to can get away with a 0.3 to do and a 0.5 to do a lot of things. I mean, they're not that thick in the end. It's fine. I think if you are a beginner, just doing a 0.5 micron pen will be just perfect for anybody, because you don't need more than that. What I notice is that the pens work very well. There is one type of paper that it is a bit of a struggle, to say the least. I mean, on this paper it's not a struggle, but on arches is a bit of a struggle, because arches for some reason is much more structured, so the nib catches on. But on Fabiano paper, wow, it's very smooth. Everything goes very smooth. So let me add some more things here. And now we're gonna finish this part, which is just the antenna of the radio. And I wasn't sure in which direction we should do it, but let's assume that it goes that way. It will be fun to go that way. It's funny. Okay, a bit of hatching. So I think I'm done with the first one. Everything else will be done with just color, right? And also backgrounds and anything else. But looks okay, looks nice. I'm happy. This one will not be shown because how I'm going to frame it is going to look like this. So it's okay. Okay, next one. What time, how much time do we have right now? 25 minutes. Oh, we're doing okay. The next one is blade, right? And the blade is, it got through a lot of trouble because I wasn't sure how to do this. And my proportions were completely off. And let me show you the sketch. Let me show the sketch and then you can go and say, Claudia, I really don't know how to draw. So this is my sketch. And you can see here that the potion bottle was looking pretty awesome. The water was looking awesome. The flowers were looking good. I made them around the potion. But then the blade that was supposed to pierce, initially I thought it's gonna pierce one of the flowers here. I made it way too big compared to the potion and way too bulky. And it looks more like the previous bulky one that the pet for blade. So this one really did not look very well. So in the end, I came up with a different idea. And this is the one I came up with. Like there's a potion bottle that sits like fallen. And the blade is piercing the potion bottle. And actually you have like the liquid gushing out and spilling here. And then flowers are all around, right? And this is the actual blade. Which I'm not sure if I drew correctly or not, but it has much better proportions than the other one, right? There's also some little bit of smoke coming out of where the blade pierced the potion, which is nice. And I'm not sure if I'm gonna be able to draw correctly the broken glass here, but let's just try it and see how it goes, yeah? This is just tryouts. So the flowers here, I don't know the English word for them, but the flowers here are going to be yellow. So just keep that one in mind because these are nice flowers. Oh, and apparently somebody's at the door, but I'm not going to answer that. These flowers look like, the petals look like hearts, if you're looking like that, which is really nice. And I'm going to post in the comments what the name of the flower is. So we're gonna draw these parts. I'm gonna make some things more thicker, some things lesser thick. So sometimes drawing flowers like this in perspective is pretty weird. But it's much better for me to draw flowers than to draw straight lines. Those ones just don't work for me. It needs to have some rounded corners or anything, because otherwise I just cannot draw it. Like I was trying to draw, I had some really good reference, and I was trying to draw the some Amsterdam houses, right? They're just pretty much straight houses, one after the other. And I was trying to draw them, and without using a ruler, I just couldn't do it. Like my hand did not want to go straight. Okay, to be fair, Amsterdam houses and any houses in the Netherlands that are very tall, they're all at a slight different angle. You cannot find like straight houses because Amsterdam is sinking, and that is the reason why, you know, they actually look like that. So maybe my brain was trying to draw them like they normally are in Amsterdam. That could be, right? I'm making these stamens now. They're really nice. Okay. So, let's see how this goes here. Probably You can see here I made a really nice cork, which I'm hoping I can really nice watercolor in. Does it happen for you also that whenever you do something nice in pencil, doesn't look as nice when you draw it? Because for me, sometimes I'm having this impression. So you might have wondered who was doing what at this hour, who was ringing. It was the post office, because I ordered a nice lamp here so I can have more warm light. It's a moon lamp, so I'm hoping that that one is the one that arrived. And then I can have it in my videos. And nowadays on Amazon you can have like a lot of discounts, because, you know, Black Friday is coming, it's arriving. So if I see a discounted item on something that I've been eyeing for a long time, I'm just going to buy it. So anybody else is talking? No, just gonna have fun here. So I'm just curious, what does blade tell you when you're hearing it, as in the word blade? Because I'm always thinking of a witch's blade. Maybe other people are only thinking about heroes blades, or maybe the Witcher blade. Oh yeah, that could be something that I haven't thought of. I'm just thinking of a tiny blade, a tiny witch's blade. Okay, we're gonna continue with this. What this allows me is, it allows me to get back into the groove of doing things with a lower threshold, because I actually don't have to put that much effort into live streaming. Although I have to agree that I now understand why a lot of YouTubers have spares for everything. Like spares for the capture cards, spares for everything, because man, those things break so easily. Like, unfortunately, I don't yet afford all of the spares for everything. So I was like having as my backup today, I was like, I'm just gonna film with my phone. I'm not gonna show my face. If something happens, should be fine. But this is what I like about live streaming. And I'm just going to iterate on some of the movies I've already actually filmed, because I've been filming for a while. And there's a reason why I've been filming for a while, of course, because I wasn't sure whether I'll ever wanna start YouTube again. But since I was doing a lot of art, I was thinking that it doesn't cost me anything if I film it, right? I just have it there in Google Drive. If I ever want to use that footage, I will use it, right? So it was not a lot of pressure regarding that one. But now that I decided to go back into it, I'm just going to use those videos that I filmed, and I'm just going to edit them. Previously, when I was editing videos, I was doing things with like iMovie, because I have a Mac and I didn't want to pay anything. I didn't want to pay any extra money, to be honest. I mean, all these video editing things cost quite a lot, so I'm not going to get bothered with them. But iMovie has become not really manageable anymore. So I'm just gonna try to use the DaVinci Resolve, because that sounds like it's a very perfect one to use. Of course, you know this because it's free and because I don't have to pay for it. And that's why I took this month where I said I'm just going to do live stream, because I need to edit all of those videos and learn a new editing software, which does take some time. There are quite some tricks and tips and stuff to do. So this is what I've decided. Okay, this cap looks so weird, but I don't know how to fix it right now. What I usually do is I'll look up some more references after I finish this, and then I'll just figure out where I went wrong. But that is always after the fact, right? Always after the fact you can still improve. Okay. That's the pommel. And this will be the last flower. I also do not know anymore what is the best day for posting videos. So I'm going to try to do a schedule where I probably do 3 times a week, you know, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And if ever I feel like it, I'll probably do a live stream either Fridays or Saturdays. Sometimes live streaming might be actually easier for me because of work, and sometimes I have to work really long hours. So depends if I'm on call or not, or if I need to, you know, take care of things during the night. So maybe there'll be more live streaming than normal. I also enjoy nowadays watching a lot of YouTubers that are doing vlogging or art vlogging or something like that. So I was actually really enjoying maybe taking a lot of people on the journey with me, because I go a lot. We have a forest here, we have water, we have like the inner sea and other things that are very interesting. So it'll be fun to show where I get my inspiration from. So let's see how those things go. Now it's 38. I'm really hoping that this stream doesn't take longer than 1.5 hours. 1 hour, so that we don't bore anybody. Okay. Which one did I forget? Okay, so far it looks okay. I think I can do a lot with just doing things. Color. Color is the most important thing here. Okay. So I'm going to do some lines here. It's so funny that I was thinking that I'm pretty good with flowers, but I'm pretty bad with leaves. I think I need to do a course in leaves, and I'm not sure why that is. It's because maybe the leaves are quite symmetrical in a way, and my eyes just don't work like that, and I make very weird shapes sometimes. Or it could be very logical because I need more practice, right? As any But I like this. I like how these ones go. I'm quite surprised that the kids, the cats are not making more noise than normal. Usually they would want to be in front of the camera. But in another way, I'm really happy that they're not here, because Hop is usually stealing my eraser. And then I have to run after it to actually get it. Okay, then this is the last one I'm gonna do here. Sometimes he takes the eraser downstairs under cupboards and so on to just hide it, which is very funny. Or maybe to say not so funny, but you can notice where it goes wrong with the leaves, right? Just because I can't draw straight lines. That's effectively what's going on. I'm trying to do some notches here for some of the flowers. And that's about it here. I wonder if I draw flowers every day for a year, how far will I go? Like, some people say that you need 10,000 hours to become an expert, and some people say, well, actually, yeah, that would be like expert level, but if you just want to become good at it, 20 hours is all that needs. Just wondering if that is correct. Okay. For now, this is the blade. I'm really happy. Quite happy with the water here. Maybe this one needs to be extended here. Quite happy here with the water, and how this one went here into the thing. Yeah, that's okay. The only thing, I'll just beat this one. Not sure what I was going for here, but you know, it is what it is. So now let's do the last one. How much time do you still have? Okay, we still have 20 minutes. The last one is Rodent. Oh, hi Elmer. Thank you for joining. How is it going? How are, you know, how's the weather? Or I shouldn't ask the weather because this is really bad here. But maybe in your city is not so bad, the weather. Or is it also kind of like raining every day? So the last one is Rodent. So my initial thought on Rodent was to have a skeleton of a rodent and another rodent that looks up and looks up at his cousin, probably, that is dead and preserved here in this nice potion, right? So that was my idea. I don't know if that's a good idea or not, but this is what I came up with. A rodent. Rodent has such a bad connotation, right? But these mice, they're so nice and just like, I don't know. Okay. Let's start. Yelmer, working with your feet on the background. Oh, that's good. That means that I have a calming voice. Is that it? Working with my feet on the background. But Yelmer, at this hour, working. Don't do like me. Just let him. Okay, unless you're on call, and then, well, that might change things. Okay, so what funny stories do I have about rodents? If you go to Amsterdam, there's one thing that will strike you when you go to, for example, Amsterdam Central or Belmar or any train station in Amsterdam. You will see mice running around the train tracks all the time. And not only around the train tracks, like all around the station, they're just running around. They're just, it's like they own the place, right? Sometimes it's really scary what you see. So it's like an infestation. So that's why also the main reason why I didn't want to go live in Amsterdam, and I live in a different city quite close to Amsterdam, is because I was told that on all the houses they have this mice problem, and I'm not really too fond of them. I mean, I'm already scared of spiders. You can imagine that when I'm going to see mice, it's going to be even worse than the spiders for some particular reason. So, yeah, I'm trying to avoid that part. But be advised when you come to Amsterdam that this is one of the biggest problems. And maybe because they got rid of the stray cats and nobody's eating these rodents and they're just multiplying as they see fit. But yeah, can be quite scary, especially during the night when there's not a lot of people. Although I saw them walking about even when it was super crowded. Of course, before the pandemic, because nowadays I don't go there anymore. Let's see, Yammer. I just had to do stuff during the day, making up for it now. Ah, okay. Okay, Yammer. Thank you. This is how we do it nowadays, right? Like, because we're working from home, we kind of can make our own schedule, with the exception of a few ones which are like normal meetings and things, because I need to be on certain times. Majority of the other time I can decide that I'm going to go maybe for a walk in the park, because I know some hours, like 1 or 2 in the afternoon when there's nobody there, and then I can decide to work a bit later on. And this is kind of how I guess everybody does it nowadays. Makes no sense to stick to the 9 to 5 rule anymore, to be honest. It's like we have to make do, and we have to, you know, make sure that we take care of our mental health as well. And walking always helps, right? The funny part, in the park where I go, majority of the time you encounter rabbits and also things like foxes, especially in the morning when I run, like around 6 in the park, and 6 in the morning there's nobody there, and the foxes go out to hunt, which is very interesting and very nice. And they look really like ragged, ragged dogs. Okay, thank you. Dennis on private is telling me cannot wait to see the final result. Yeah, the results will be fun, especially when we're gonna color them in. Unfortunately, we're not gonna do that today because, well, that will get people pretty bored. So that's it. But I'm so grateful that my colleagues are joining me in these live streams. So thank you. I really appreciate it. Okay. No, and this tail, I just always wondered if the tail of a rodent is actually a bone that will be like in a skeleton, or is it actually made out of soft tissue and will disappear once the rodent is gone. Okay, I really have weird questions nowadays. So I don't know if you guys ever thought about that, or goals. Mom apparently is really enjoying the stream. she can hear me and she can see me doing things, which is good. Keeps her a bit occupied. Actually, the person that I kind of learned how to draw was my mom initially, because my mom used to be a technical drawer. If you know what it means, she used to do these designs of complete machines, like in technical drawing. She's really good at it. She could do it by hand. And she always had these rotterings in the home, which were really awesome and really expensive. And she was always had to clean the rotterings because the nibs were clogging up. But basically that was her job. She was a technical drawer and she was drawing all the sketches for inventions and other stuff and big machinery, which is really interesting. And she taught me also when I was young how to do that with AutoCAD and all this other stuff. But she had the same problem as I had with myself, is that I cannot draw straight lines for any particular reason. So I was always running off things. So I was very good at round things and very bad at straight things. So she kind of gave up on me after a while, which is normal. I mean, after a while, everybody would go like, okay, that's it. So I don't blame her though. I was a very difficult student. But she thought that actually technical drawing will be a good job to have, right? I chose software engineering. I'm not sure if I think I made the correct decision, because nowadays technical drawing is not that used, maybe. So yeah, coming from a long line of people doing drawings. Anybody that's listening is actually, what markers are you using? I'm using Micron pens, size 05, 03, and 005. And these are archival inks markers. So, and they're also not, how do you say? They're waterproof. So if I'm gonna use watercolors, I can use these ones. They're very juicy, so that's very good. And they come in different colors. I also have the ones that are more brown or red. And from a cost perspective, if I were to compare these ones with the Rodents, these ones are very inexpensive, as in just €1 a piece or something like that. And if you are looking at markers that are like Rodents, which can start from 10 to 15 euros a piece, then you can see why these ones. The downside of these ones is that they cannot be refilled. Once the ink is out, the ink is out. And the nib can be fraying a bit. So, okay, you pay €1, but you get what you get. But still, €1 for archival ink, that's a lot, right? Okay. I'm just considering what I wanna do anything anymore with the leaves. I'm going to do some nice stuff. Okay. So I'm just not gonna actually do anything anymore. Only here, maybe a little bit. Just maybe going to do some It's not always very clear how much detail I should add here or how much detail I should add when I'm going to add the actual paint. Okay, and this guy probably has a black eye, just assuming, and a black nose. Okay, he doesn't really look like a rodent. That looks more like a weird flattened nose pig or something. This part of the body looks okay, but this part, the face, maybe it should have been longer or something. Maybe I can make the nose longer. Okay, that looks even more like a pig. Okay, I'm not going to say anything. I'm just going to say that this was nice, and let's see the other ones that I've done this afternoon. So this is the blade. So this is the blade piercing the potion here. And this is the radio. So the radio, I think out of all of them, I like the most because it's really like powered by lemons. Like, come on, who doesn't want a radio powered by lemons? It's really nice. So okay, the lemon tree looks a little bit like the lemon tree that I had before when it died after I used it too many times as a Christmas tree, but the radio looks pretty cool. So that's nice. So that was kind of it. The coloring will be done, like I said, probably next month, because this month, well, I have to do 31 drawings, so that's going to take most of my time. I like to be at least like 1 week in advance with my sketches, but I still need to do quite some sketches for this month. So yeah, this is what it is. I'm just gonna let them dry out. Initially I wanted to erase the pencil lines, but I don't think it's totally dried out and I don't want it to smear, right? This was kind of it. I kind of stuck to it till 1 hour stream, which is really nice. I'm really happy that this didn't take longer, and I'm really happy my internet didn't die like last time. And my next stream will probably be Friday evening, kind of the same hour. I'm just going to put a link up so people can set a reminder for when they want to do, and we're just gonna do the next 3 ones, right? The next 3 things, which I think some of them are fancy, something about fancy, and hope. I don't remember exactly what are the prompts, but I'm just going to put them in the description. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm also learning things as I go and learning how to do these live streams. So far seems to be working really nice. I had really fun doing this, and see you guys next time. Bye.